Definition. Zero exponent definition. For non-zero x, x to the power of 0 by definition is 1. So for non-zero products and or quotients, such as for instance, in parentheses, 3 times x times y all raised to the power of 0, it's just 1. And also for quotients. All of this in parentheses, in other words, 2x squared divided by y to the third, all of it to the power of 0 is equivalent to 1. Do remember, you have your calculator as a powerful tool that you can use for reference. Below the clear button, there's a caret key button. Caret key button. So it's a very powerful and useful tool. Let's see if it can help us to verify some of this. For instance, just a random example, be aware of this. If we have 9 to the power of 0, by definition, anything to the power of 0 is 1. You got it. Okay, one more. How about if we select something like 100? 100 to the power of 0 is, you guessed it, 1. Okay, take one more try, your choice on the number. For instance, 1536 to the power of 0. By definition, to the power of 0, it'll be 1. So let's do a quick check in that case. So real quick check, do you remember your caret key? So turn on your calculator in this case. Clear anything you might have on your calculator. Let's try 9, caret key, below the clear button, there's your caret key. So caret key, push 0, and it puts 9 to the power of 0. And by definition, it gives you 1. Try 100. 100, caret key, just below the clear button, once again, you have your caret key. Power of 0 gives you 1. 1536 to the power of 0, hit enter, it gives you 1. So, there we go. We just checked that our previous answers were technically correct. We get a 1. How about in this case? Let's revisit our 3xy in parentheses raised to the power of 0. Once again, we know it's all raised to the power of 0, so by definition, we can go the shortcut and say it's just 1. That's it. But if we want to see this a little bit more in detail, this is just for reference once again. So if you already notice, if you've already seen this before and you realize it's to the power of 0, go ahead and put a 1. It doesn't hurt. But for reference, I'm going to show this the long, lengthy method. Okay? We're distributing the 0 to the 3, so 3 to the 0. We're distributing the 0 to the x, so x to the 0. We're distributing the 0 to the y, so y to the 0. So 3 to the 0 by definition is 1, x to the 0 by definition is 1, y to the 0 by definition is 1, so 1 times 1 is 1, times 1 is also 1. So once again we get an answer of just 1, no matter which direction we take. Whether it's the lengthy method or the short method of saying everything is power to the 0, it should be a 1. Agreed? So let's try this again on the quotient or division example. So 2x squared divided by y to the third. And the outside is to the power of 0. Okay, so what happens is we distribute the 0 to the 2, to the x squared, and to the y to the third. So once again we get 2 to the 0, agreed. X to the 2 times 0 is 0. Y to the 3 times 0, 3 times 0, 0. So 2 to the 0 by definition is 1. X to the 0 is 1, y to the 0 is 1, so 1 times 1 is 1. 1 divided by 1 is just, and I'm going to show my answer to the left. That way I can have enough space for reference on the other side of it. So it gives us just 1. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 divided by 1, still 1. So our final answer, no matter what, once again, is just 1. There's the lengthy explanation for that previous example. But otherwise, since everything in the parentheses is raised to the power of 0, your answer should have been 1 from the beginning, agreed? So I should have had equals 1 at the top or gives you 1. But now, for reference, something to be aware. So reference example. Going back to the previous one, the one we just did. Do be aware of it, okay? 2x over y, and once again, it's 2x squared divided by y to the third raised to the power of 0. What if, for example, we had a 4 multiplying on the outside? So be aware of this. anything in the parentheses is still a 1, agreed? Because it's raised to the power of 0. So just like before, 2x squared divided by y to the third, all of it raised to the power of 0 is still a 1. So the answer in the parentheses, no matter what, is still 1. But that doesn't mean your answer is 1, because now you're multiplying by 4 on the outside. So 4 times 1 now gives you your answer of 4. So be careful there. Now, that doesn't mean that everything is always equal to 1. That just means whatever is in the parentheses raised to the power of 0 is 1. Everything else you still got to simplify, just like in any other case.